Hello everyone, it's DV here, and today I have for you the Wildchild build. It's gonna be an archer build with the use of crossbows and compound bows. We'll play as a low health carnivore human character this time, with a focus on VATS criticals and reverse onslaught. A big choice that was made here is to not invest in sneak whatsoever. To be honest, it's very costly in terms of perks, and when it will be the most needed for you to deal damage with it, you won't be able to, because sneak doesn't work in events and in the raid pretty much. So yeah, never a good idea if you ask me, so no sneak at all. We'll have two loadouts, one daily driver and one for the raid, and we'll use the same set of armor for both. This build has been tested live during season 23, but I took into account the PTS changes for next season as best as I could, especially when it comes to the big changes to armor. And as always guys, don't hesitate to leave a like, a comment or even subscribe. These videos take a lot of time to make, so that would be really appreciated if you do. But without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at the weapons. The first weapon in our arsenal today is going to be a compound bow with Furious for reverse onslaught, Vital for crit damage, Intelligence for even more damage via the Science perk, and of course pinpointers for weak spot damage. This one is definitely for bosses and big targets in general, but you can use it at all times at any range if you want, it's really powerful. The mods are going to be glow sights for more VATS accuracy and also plasma arrows for more damage. With this, you only gonna use one stack per shot, so that's gonna allow us to keep our stacks high, which is pretty good. The second weapon is going to be a compound bow with bloodied, VATS enhanced, perception and fractures. The choice of bloodied here is because we cannot make good use of reverse onslaught when we choose to use this. All our stacks are going to vanish in no time, so bloodied is our best bet for this one. And yeah, as a consequence, it's not really a good idea to switch between this one and the previous bow, for example, which is Furious. So yeah, depending on the situation, you have to commit to one or the other for sure. VATS enhanced for more VATS accuracy. Considering how crazy the chain reactions can be with this one, we have to use it from very far away, so I chose this instead of explosive. The third star is perception for even more VATS accuracy. And the fourth star is going to be fracturous. The inspiration for this weapon is the lickety split I used in my previous build, and this one is doing even better, to be honest. It's amazing. Use it at your own risk though, because yeah, it can backfire straight back at you sometimes. It's really potent. We'll have to see next season if the 90% self-damage reduction helps with this, but in the meantime, use this from very far away, believe me. The weapon mods here are going to be glow sights again, but yeah, this time we use explosive arrows, of course. Our third weapon is going to be a crossbow with Furious, VATS enhanced for more VATS accuracy, Swift for faster reloads. Crossbows are not a charging weapon as opposed to the bows, so yeah, Swift will be working here. And finally, pinpointers again for more weak spot damage. The mods are going to be Plasma Frame for more damage without using more than one stack per shot, and Iron Sights. I usually use this one in interiors when I have to move a lot, so I don't have to manage my movement plus drawing the string of a bow at the same time. But yeah, you can use this anywhere as well, it's super powerful. And finally, optional bow for defending the drill in raids if you really want to. It's another compound bow this time, with Furious, crit damage, AP costs to sustain VATS longer if things go bad, and electricians to stun enemies during the defense. I'll talk a little bit more about using this one later on, and yeah, that's all for the weapons. Alright, let's have a look at the legendary perks. Pretty much the usual for me, taking one for the team and 5 specials. Here it doesn't matter which specials you take, we are above 5 in each special in the build, both builds. So you can take any you have, it's gonna be fine. Now let's have a look at the perks. On the strength, we're gonna have easy target for more damage to crippled targets. Mandatory on any build, I would say, these days, it's pretty strong. Scalar shot, 20% of the damage dealt to a limb is applied to all limbs. Pretty good, because it's gonna work really well with Tormentor on the perception, for example. The thing about this one, if you keep shooting the same limb, even if it's crippled, the effect still occurs on other limbs, so you don't have to switch between each limb to cripple a target fully. You can just aim for the head usually and keep going, and it's gonna work. Blocker, low health build, you need blocker just in case, because some melee attacks can be very nasty and can one-shot you, so blocker helps most of the time. Arms Keeper and Pack Rat level 1, because we have legendary mods of the same name on our armor. That's gonna bring the junk weight reduction to 70 and weapon weight reduction to the max of 90. On the perception, Number Cruncher, the AP cost for bows is fairly high, so this one is gonna be very useful at all times. Hat Trick, if you play bows and crossbows, you definitely want this one, it's amazing. The arrows you shoot are gonna bounce towards potentially 3 additional targets for 70% damage. Bow before me, which is the anti-armor for bows, so don't take tank killer, it doesn't work with bows, this one does. Dawn Ranger, rank 1, I don't have room for more, a little bit more damage to far enemies. Tormentor goes well with Scattershot, we're gonna deal 20% more damage per cripple limb, so yeah, it's a nice one to have, especially for events, big bosses, nuke bosses, stuff like that, because other people are gonna cripple the targets as well, so this one is gonna give us pretty good results. Awareness for more VATS accuracy. I want this build to be extremely good in VATS, so awareness is gonna be boosted by our super high perception. In general, our specials are gonna be high since we're playing low health with unyielding armor, so when you have perks that scales with specials, we're gonna be at a soft cap in almost every case here, so that's pretty good. Grenadier rank 2 for the explosive bow. Use that one at your own risk, because it can backfire and kill you for sure, so in some places sometimes I just switch to rank 1, but yeah. You need to get used to it. Fire the explosive bow from a long distance, because you can have chain reactions coming back at your face pretty much, so it's super fun, but it's definitely risky. Under endurance, life giver for more HP, even if it's divided by 5 since we are playing low health. Still pretty good to have. Iron stomach and natural resistance. I don't take thirst quencher on that one because AP is really not an issue. Star genes, we are mutated, mandatory. Rejuvenated, rank 1 because we are playing low health, so rank 2 doesn't work. Ironclad, rank 3, yeah, for more resistances, definitely a good one to take because we have a matching set of armor, so it's gonna be plus 50% more protection with armor. Fireproof, rank 3, because yeah, we still need to be very tanky since we have not a lot of HP, so fireproof rank 3 is good. Next season is gonna be only for explosions, keep that in mind. Chem Fiend, we're gonna take a lot of drugs with that build and we aim towards the longest duration possible, so this one is mandatory as well. Through Hiker, because I have 2 pieces on my armor as well, that's gonna bring us up to 85% rate reduction for food and drinks. On the Charisma, inspirational and strange in numbers, pretty much standard. Why not making more XP and having definitely better effects with our mutations as long as we are in a team and they are mutated, which is usually the case. Bodyguards for more damage and energy resistance. Since we have unyielding armor, it's gonna be pretty good. Suppressor, rank 3, because yeah, for more tankiness, we are definitely a glass cannon still with this build, so Suppressor is definitely a good one to have. Good with salt, because yeah, I carry a lot of food at all times and I don't want them to go bad, so yeah, it's a mandatory one for me now. I'm always carnivore, I don't play herbivore anymore. I don't think herbivore is really good anymore, honestly. Apart from the critical damage bonus, the rest is not as good as carnivore for sure. Nerd Rage, mandatory if you play low health, obviously. There's no reason to play low health if you don't have this one on. That would be very sad not to use it for sure, for more AP regen and damage. Demolition Expert, exclusively for the explosive bow, of course. Science to boost the energy part of our bows via the plasma arrows and the plasma frame for the crossbow. Gunslinger Master, Expert and Guerrilla Expert and Master for reverse onslaught. We're gonna be at 30 stacks with these. Gunslinger Master is the one who gives us the reverse effect and 10 max stacks. Gunslinger Expert is gonna give us plus 30 ranged weak spot damage when our stacks are full, which is pretty insane. Guerrilla Expert for reload speed, 30% reload speed, only for the crossbow though, it doesn't work for bows. It's a charging weapon, so it doesn't work, but for the crossbow it's good. Guerrilla Master, plus 5 range damage to close enemies per stack, so that's gonna be plus 150 range damage. When our stacks are full, that's pretty great. Evasive, mandatory on any build, if you don't wear power armor, I would say, and especially for low health. Bone Survivor rank 1, because we are low health, no need for more ranks on this one. Gunfu rank 1, because I don't have room for more. It's always nice to have a little bit more damage when VATS is swapping automatically with this. Adrenaline mandatory on any build, more damage per kill while on a kill streak. Most of the time you're gonna be on a kill streak, I would say, so yeah, definitely a mandatory perk everywhere. Except for raids, of course, because yeah, you usually have one enemy, with the exception of the drill if you defend, but yeah, adrenaline mandatory on any build, on any daily driver build for sure. On the luck, we're gonna have serendipity for more evasion, of course, because we are low health, so this one is amazing. We don't use ricochet though, because a thing that I noticed in some of my previous builds as well is that ricochet eats your stacks of onslaught. So when you go reverse, it's a bad thing. If you go for normal onslaught, it's a good thing. But in our case here, we're going reverse, so no ricochet here this time. Class Freak, we are mutated heavily, so we need to reduce the negative effects for sure. Junk Shield for more damage resistances and energy resistances. Since our luck is gonna be very high, it's gonna be very efficient. Carry 100 pieces of Volt Steel locked in my inventory at all times to have the maximum effect of this. Better criticals and critical savvy, we are a crit build here, so obviously these two are mandatory for sure. And yeah, that's all for the perks. Alright, let's have a look at the armor we're gonna use this time. Secret Service again, because yeah, to me, still the best and still will be the best next season if you ask me. We're gonna have buttressed on all parts here. We're gonna have Biocom mesh lining on the chest for more drug duration, deep pocketed on the arms for more carry weight, custom fitted on the legs for less AP cost for sprinting. The first star is gonna be a full set of unyielding to have 15 plus to all specials except endurance. A full set of painkiller on the second star because yeah, for low health builds, honestly, this is absolutely amazing. I don't see myself running anything else now for low health builds. On the first star, a mix of weight reduction, as I explained already while reviewing the perks. That's gonna bring us to 90% total for weapons, 85 for food and drinks, and 70 on junk. And on the 4-star, almost a full set of limit breaking. I chose 4 here because we have definitely the required luck to use only 4 here, which is 25. We're gonna have way more than that, so we covered. And I have 1 piece of runners on that set of armor. I didn't want to change it because that's a set of armor I already had before. So yeah, I kept runners, but you can definitely substitute that with rangers or soulbones, for example. When it comes to next season and the changes to armor, what I did here is comparing life to the PTS in the same conditions on a bloodied build as well on my main character. So as you can see, the differences are not that big and they are above, I would say. We're gonna have a little bit more damage resistance and a tiny bit less energy resistance, but the elemental resistances, being poison here, fire and cryo, are gonna be way higher. We're gonna lose a little bit of radiation resistance as well, but it's not too bad, I would say. And the last entry you see here is on the PTS as well, same conditions, but with the treated lining and Secret Service style on the armor. That's gonna bring us to 149 poison resistance, which is amazing. 116 on both cryo and fire resistances. Pretty good changes, I would say. It's more a buff than anything, if you ask me. Right now, for this build, I use Secret Service under armor, but the specials are a little bit different. It's 4 strength, 2 perception, and 4 endurance. And next season, if you keep it as is and use treated lining and Secret Service style instead, you're gonna have this. And yeah, that's all for the armor. Alright, let's have a look at the stats now. We have above 900 in both energy and damage resistance, which is pretty high. 56 in poison, fire and cryo resistances. It's gonna be better next season, as I showed before. So yeah, no worries there. It's still already enough, I would say, for now, but it's gonna be better next season for sure. 460 in radiation resistance. I don't care that much for radiation resistance, to be honest, and it's pretty high anyway. When we look at the effects, I have some boosts on from camp. Agility, charisma, endurance, intelligence, luck and perception. It's not mandatory, but I have them, so I'm gonna just show you that. I have these here. They are all 30 minutes. This one is for intelligence. You can get this one from the creator for gold bullion. This one also from the creator for gold bullion for more charisma. This one is by subscribing to a Bethesda newsletter. I'm not sure it's available anymore, so I don't know about that one. It gives you +2 perception, +2 agility. This one is instant for luck. You can get this one at Foundation for gold bullion. And this one at the creator for gold bullion for 2 endurance. They are not mandatory, all of these. You can skip them completely. That's not gonna change much, but yeah, I have them, so I take them when I want to. The most important one, I would say, for this build is this one from the mini-season that is currently going on. There's only a few days left, so if you have time and you're watching this video as soon as it was released, I suggest you take this one immediately because the description doesn't say, but when you have the buff from this thing, you have 25% more camp duration for an hour, which for this build is very important, I would say. It's pretty mandatory. That's the only mandatory camp buff, I would say, for this build. So yeah, take it if you can. This is this buff here, Rush of Love for 25% camp duration. Now for the food, the usual stack for me, I would say. If you want to know more about these, check my previous video, the Nailer build. The link is going to appear at the top right of the screen. I'm not going to go through them again. Many buffs from the food, always the same ones for me on a daily basis, I would say. We have fully fed here, that comes from the rejuvenated perk for more HP, which is handy when you are low health. Strength and disease resist. The mutations are the basics for me: adrenal reaction, bird bones, carnivore, eagle eyes, egghead, herd mentality, marsupial, scaly skin, and speed demon. Now when it comes to the perks, that scales with the specials. We have 40% VATS accuracy via awareness, 33 in damage and energy resistance via bodyguards. Evasive is gonna give us plus 11 evade chance. Guerrilla expert when we are max stacks, 30% reload speed, only works for the crossbow. Guerrilla master at full stacks, 150% more damage versus close targets, which is pretty good. Inspirational for more XP, 24% close to the soft cap here. Iron stomach for close to 100 energy and damage resistance. Junk shield, 136 in both energy and damage resistance, this is pretty good. Life giver is giving us close to 200 more HP, divided by 5 of course, but yeah. Natural resistance for close to 60 fire, poison and cryo resist. Nerd rage for more AP regen, 42% more damage. Science is gonna be at 38% here. It can vary a little bit, of course, all of these, but yeah, 38% energy damage for the plasma arrows we use, pretty good. Serendipity, 27% evade chance, not bad at all. And fully hydrated for more endurance, AP regen and disease resist, also via the rejuvenated perk. The specials are gonna be in the high 30s if not more, except for charisma, with strength at 36, perception 49, endurance 32, charisma 26, intelligence 39, agility 47 and luck 36. And yeah, our HP also, yeah, 132 here, 572 AP, but I forgot to take my psycho buff, so yeah, our HP is gonna be higher now. I'm at 19% health here. It can be a tiny bit higher if you are super close to the 20%, but yeah, roughly 145, 150 HP when you are on the psycho buff. And yeah, that's all for the stats. Alright, here we are at West Tech for a little bit of tankiness testing. But before I do, I'm going to talk a little bit about bloodied and how to manage unyielding well. So what I'm going to do here, since I'm very low health, I'm going to just take a rad away. Use the diluted version, of course, if you don't want to use too much toxic goo. We're going to wait until it's fully done here. Yeah, it works too much. I wish it was less than that, but here we are at 53%. So what I'm doing is using the toxic goo that I have here. I have also boiled water here for a tiny bit of rads. It's very nice to use this because, well, first of all, I have a generator at my camp. And also that's something you can craft at your camp as well. It gives just a tiny bit of rads and sometimes you're gonna need it. But here, obviously, I'm gonna take toxic goo. And I look at the number next to my HP. Here I'm at 23. So that's not enough. We need to be below 20%. So what I'm going to do here, usually for losing 3% of health, I take a slice of slime cake. As you can see, I'm at 20 and I heard the heartbeat sound. There is a faint heartbeat sound when you go below 20% health. It shows 20 still, but it's a rounded number. We are definitely at 19 something now. And if you look at your armor, we can see the effect of unyielding is +3 here. So that's good. And usually what happens when you die, unfortunately, that's super annoying. The game will put you back at 25% health. So what I do usually, and it works for me, I take 1 toxic goo, 1 boiled water, and I'm just below 20% with that. Tankiness test now. Let's go into the pack. I'm gonna take care of this one though, because this one can definitely kill me if he explodes next to me. The cars as well. So yeah, it's a glass cannon build. Huh? Still, no kill streak, so no painkiller active on the armor. Well, as you can see, just don't die. It's still pretty tanky, I would say. Look at this shit, that's insane. As you can see, it's not too bad. Born Survivor may trigger before I die. all survivor triggered, so we didn't die. In any case, I'm gonna go inside and get a kill streak and come back outside to show how tanky we can be once we do that. In interiors, I use the crossbow usually because I don't want to draw my bow when I'm moving a lot in interiors, so the crossbow is definitely a good one. You can definitely use sneak, as you can see. It works super well. You're gonna get a little bit of a bonus damage, even if we don't have any perks. There is a default sneak, let's say, just by crouching and being hidden or in caution. So yeah, as you can see, these are definitely not an issue. We need a little bit more of a kill streak. And now we are at 10. I'm gonna go back outside immediately. Alright, I'm back outside. I'm gonna quickly kill an enemy just to keep my kill streak. I'm so gonna take up Psycho buff, so I have the, let's say, the maximum HP for that build in a way. And now I'm full at 154, so that's not too bad for a bloodied build. And as you can see, Painkiller just tops up the HP, no problem. I'm gonna kill a doggo just to keep it active. So yeah, we can take a serious beating and just have our HP going back up. Of course here we take a serious beating still, but we don't die, so that's pretty damn good, I would say. Alright, I think that's enough. Let's heal. And now we're gonna have a little bit of fun with the boom boom bow, as I call it. We're gonna see how it goes. So yeah. It doesn't get old. Not gonna lie, it doesn't get old. We only have one left. And we shot 2 arrows. It's the turret. Well, I love this, to be honest. Alright, let's see how we do against Deathclaws now. But before anything else, there's something you need to know that is extremely important with bows. When you are in third person, this is how fast you shoot. You cannot go faster than that. Now, let's look in first person. Definitely faster. So yeah, when you play with bows, go third person for sure. For the crossbow, it doesn't matter, I think. But yeah, for the bows, definitely a big difference. Gonna be a little bit aggressive on these. Okay, so now they are out. And the arrows goes nowhere, of course. But yeah, as you can see, not too much of an issue. We are missing one still. Oh, this one took a third shot without dying. Good job, good job. But yeah, not too much of an issue for sure. Alright, let's see how we do against the Scourge Beast now. Can definitely initiate in sneak as well here, why not, right? Can also try to get her this way, but nah. These arrows go in straight line. Oh my god, a headshot! Ah well. I don't do that very often, but this one was beautiful, that's for sure. Alright. Yeah, okay, Vats doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah, that's a 3-shot, huh, for sure. Alright, let's see how we do against a Myra Queen. That was close to a 4-shot, so yeah. Definitely works. Alright, let's see how we do against our old friend Yogwa. Can definitely start in sneak as well for this one, why not, right? And that's a 5-shot. Perfect. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, here we are for Headhunt on private server. We're gonna see how we're gonna do solo on this. we missed, I guess. Alright, that should be enough. Let's start this. Let's take a little psycho buff. We may need that. Okay, now we switch to the crit bow. I'm gonna kill that ghoul to keep my adrenaline going on. And Stin Cantoni. And don't forget, yeah, I always forget to switch back to third person for these things. Okay, let's get rid of him first because it's okay, but the bots can be nasty, so... I have a few crushers here. They're looking for me, it seems. I'm here. Too late. Alright. Well, that's definitely not the hardest one for us. Yeah. I don't know where the last robots are, but there should be at least another one, no? Yeah, it's another crusher. Ah, here it is. Okay, in that case, we may want to cripple the legs. Okay, they keep moving. That's... No, okay, it's not. Okay, he moves again. Frustrating. Yeah, definitely not a hard fight. How can I hit that thing through the... I've been having this lately. You can literally shoot VATS through walls now. Definitely a bug over there. Okay. So yeah, don't forget when you're bloodied, these robots, legendary robots, explode after death. You don't want to be near when it happens, when you're low health, because yeah, you're gonna go boom. It's not gonna be fun. So yeah, went well, I would say. Alright, here we are at another headhunt. Here, to clear the area first, I'm gonna have fun with the explosive one. It's gonna eat our stacks, as you see, but depending on how much targets you may hit with this, our stacks can go down a lot. As always, these little rats here. And we have a death claw as well, because why not? Absolute mayhem. Okay, we have one last guy. Let's finish him with this. I think we're good. Now I'm gonna switch back to the crit bow. I'm gonna wait for my stacks to go up, because yeah, we definitely use our stacks a lot with the explosive. You don't want to play both at the same time for sure. So yeah, our stacks are up now. Let's go. So yeah, for this one, for this particular location, I stay away. I usually put myself in that spot. And either use the explosive depending, or the crit bow. If there is many people, I just use the explosive to tag everything, and that's it. So yeah, this guy didn't last long for sure. They barely know we are there, to be honest. I was in sneak, actually. And as you've seen, that trick goes far, because I hit that guy here and I hit something in there, so... Yeah, that's pretty fucking powerful, that's insane. Yeah, they can do anything, pretty much. Not even funny. Well, in any case, the place is cleared, everything went fine, so yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, let's have a look at the raids build now. This time on the strength, we're gonna go for Barbarian for more damage resistance. Bandolier and Arms Keeper when it comes to weight reduction. I switched Backrat for Bandolier because yeah, I have a tendency to forget to unload my arrows and you're gonna get a lot from the raid, so it can be very heavy very quickly. Easy target for more range damage to crippled targets. That's gonna work for sure on EN06 since the shield is a limb. But yeah, after that, for Epsilon and the Snake, you can also play the crippling game if needed. On Epsilon, if you have a good team, it's not worth it because the fight is gonna be too short. But on the Snake, it could be good to try to cripple the first plate under the head, especially because we're gonna try to play under 20% health there, delaying the poison attacks by crippling the plate, and hopefully having the Snake falling down on the platform is probably a good thing. The first swap you may do here is to remove easy target for blocker for the crystal phase. That's gonna help you. I don't play fully low health during the crystal phase because that's just nuts. I usually go for 50-60% health. That's a swap you may want to do for the crystals for sure. Let's put back easy target. On the perception, we still have Number Cruncher, Bow Before Me, and Tormentor. This time we're gonna have concentrated fire. It doesn't sound good for a bow because yeah, we don't fire a billion arrows, but still. Center Masochist only for EN06 and Downranger rank 2 in that case. So once you're done with EN06, you remove Center Masochists and you would go for Awareness and Downranger 3. Here, if you want to defend the drill using the Electrician's bow, remove Concentrated Fire and these two, and you can go for Grenadier to have the Electrician's effect, pretty much hitting the whole area. It works pretty well. You can also have Hat Trick to defend the drill for sure, and in that case you would go for Awareness also and Downranger, something like that, for defending the drill. It's a lot of swaps, so if you don't want to bother with all this, just don't defend the drill and run for the canisters, I would say. And then back to Downranger, Awareness, and Concentrated Fire for anything else. On the Endurance, we have the exact same thing as for the Daily Driver. On the Charisma, we added Spiritual Healer to just get a tiny bit of HP regen at all times. It's not much, but yeah, anything counts when you play low health. And also Tenderizer that you need to share. It's gonna help you do more damage even if you don't hit the target a lot. It's a good thing to have shared because other people are going to contribute to the numbers of consecutive attacks. So yeah, that's gonna benefit you also. On the Intelligence, we still have Good with Salt, Nerd Rage and Science, but this time we add Curator because I use Tesla Science 8 for this build. In raids, I have a lot of them, so I use them for crit damage. And also First Aid and Field Surgeon here, because yeah, we want our stim packs to be as strong as possible, especially for the Snake. When we go below 20% health there, without power armor, you're gonna need your stim packs to be very strong, so anything counts again when it comes to that. On the Agility, we still have the stack for Reverse Onslaught with Gunslinger Master, Expert, Guerrilla Master and Guerrilla Expert. This time, no Gun Fu and no Adrenaline. I have Gunslinger Full here for more weak spot damage. Evasive and Bone Survivor are still there. Here, a swap you can do if you want to defend the drill is swapping Guerrilla Expert for Adrenaline. And that's pretty much it. I don't go Gun Fu for defending the drill. I did it at some point, but yeah, I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. And when you're done with defending the drill, you just put this one back and you're good to go. And when it comes to luck, exactly the same thing as for the Daily Driver, Serendipity, Class Freak, Junk Shield, better criticals and critical savvy. And yeah, that's all for the raid. Now for the different strategies for the raids, I'm gonna start EN06 with 1 syringe of Endangeral. If you don't know, you can stack up to 4 of these, but it needs to come from different weapons, so yeah, doing 4 is definitely too much, so I just do 1 here. And from there, we spam the shield from the edge of the arena, so Downranger can work. We pay attention not to get hit because we can definitely die. And there, we spam the torso until he dies. Pretty straightforward. Here for the drill, I use the Electrician's bow that I made. If you want the effect to work, I suggest you don't shoot too fast, because it seems like it works only when your bow is fully charged before release. So yeah, I have a tendency to shoot a tiny bit too fast sometimes. the effect doesn't trigger always. But as you will see, it's gonna reach the entire room for sure. That's because of Grenadier. Here I forgot to put a trick as well, but yeah, it still works, I would say. Yeah, as you can see, this one was definitely stunned. Now for Epsilon, 2 arrows for the shield. Don't shoot too fast because sometimes the first arrow doesn't go. Here I take overdrive because it was not active anymore. And from here you can spam the head really quickly. You can also go for the fusion core if your team doesn't do that much damage. That could help to cripple the fusion core first. But here my team is doing well, so I just go for the head immediately. You can also clean up the little repair bots in between fights, let's say. Pretty straightforward as well. For the crystal phase, I have my health a little bit higher for this one because yeah, going low health is really not a good idea. I have blocker on and then I use the crossbow for the small crystals. It's a one shot, so it works pretty well. For the big ones it's a little bit annoying because you're gonna need a fair amount of arrows, no matter if it's the bow or the crossbow here to pop them. But yeah, for the small crystals it's a one shot, so that's pretty good. And now for the snake, I'm gonna start by ensuring that I am under overdrive. Here I'm at slightly below 40% health on that one. And from there I'm gonna use 2 syringers usually, but here I'm gonna use 3. Why not, right? With 3 different syringers. So here we go, and here I'm gonna go for crippling the plate. I think my teammates helped me a little bit here. It doesn't go down very quickly. If you can have your team helping you on this, that's definitely better. And there it is, he falls down. And then from there it's everything in the eyes. As soon as he does this type of attack, you definitely need to take stim packs. Now for another example, this time below 20% health and with a crippling that didn't work. So first of all, 2 syringers. And from there I went for the plate. Obviously when the plate is crippled, even if he doesn't fall down on the platform, that's good because easy target is going to work. But yeah, here it's gonna be a fail. He's not gonna be affected by it. He's not gonna fall down, which happens sometimes. It depends on what he does when the crippling happens. I think here I definitely need to spam stim packs. And from there we're going back to the eyes, but I still need to take stim packs because yeah, poison attack again. And from there we're gonna finish with fairly big numbers, 29k at the end. My record on that one I think is 34k or 38 even. But yeah, it depends on what's happening and if taking one for the team triggers. And that's all I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed the build. Don't forget to leave a little like or a comment, that would be very helpful. But in the meantime guys, take care, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!